everyone has an opinion about BMWs. This is apparently what the new M2 is going to look like. This was a leak. I found it on, I don't know what site I sent you, but a couple
Car
of different
Throttle.
websites now have this. What is it?
Car Throttle.
Car Throttle. Okay, so apparently this is what the new M2 is going to look like. These are unsubstantiated pictures. BMW has not commented on them. We don't know if this is accurate or if this is just a really good Photoshop. However, I have seen these on multiple different websites, and all of them are reputable. Car Throttle's one. I think I saw it on Motor One or Road and Track or something. Maybe Jalopnik. I'm not sure. Justin, are you sure that's a BMW? The grill is way too small. Yes, I know, considering their recent grills. However, this does show that the 2 Series platform is the one to kind of get smaller grill. Definitely just better overall performance than the rest of them. This harkens back to like the old E46 M3s from when the M2 first came out. Everyone was saying that the M2 is the new E46 M3 from back in the day.
I mean, it is. The M3 has
that
become
engine
5
bay
size,
pic
series size.
That picture looks fantastic. That looks great.
Um,
The back end, I don't know. Front end, I think looks okay.
I want to point out this picture here in particular. On the face of it, doesn't look bad. Has a lot of like E90-ness to it, especially with the way the headlights and the fender flares are, the overall size of the grille, that sort of a thing. But like, if you really zoom in on this, like if you look around the grills, there's these little things that jut out, like in between the grills specifically, like underneath the BMW badge. You see how, like, it goes grill thing that bumps out, then indents,
Yes.
then back in.
Yep.
That's just, yeah. Not a huge...
Yeah, it's like a body line outline of the grill. That's a little wonky.
You know, and it doesn't follow anywhere else. Like if you look, it kind of is on the outside, but not nearly as much. It almost looks like this is hiding something. Like if you look on the outline, like here, it almost looks like this is wrapped and it's covering something up along these lines here. I mean, that could just be body molding and things like that and things of that nature, but again, this is miles better looking than current M3, M4, where the kidneys are just obscene.
Yes.
This is...
I think overall the M2 is just better looking as a platform than the M3 and M4 right now with the gigantic pig nostrils, for sure. 100% yes. Even this newer one. I mean, the back end is like, I'm not really a fan. There's some weird stuff going on with like angular jut outs and the front end with those little weird
This is
things.
awful.
Like, yeah,
this is horrid.
That back end is still better than the M4 and M3 front end. But
real quick before
the front end looks pretty good, I can be honest.
Right. This looks like someone, you know how China copies cars like blatantly. This looks like someone there tried to copy a BMW and was like, yeah, we got to do this.
This does look like a very much Chinese knockoff of a BMW from the back end.
Before I really continue, I'm just going to touch on what Chad is thinking about it. Are you sure? We already hit Justin's. Yes, the grills are perfectly sized. That's very un-BMW. Kind of looks like your cat. You should take it to a vet immediately. It looks like it's asking me if I became a doctor yet. I mean, that's just the BMW badge in general. Doug. Doug. Poor, sweet Doug. I do actually like the M4 Coupe grill, but it looks horrible on the SUVs. This grill is a no-go for me. Yeah, everyone thinks that way. Way to be different, though. Hey, do you.
Doug.
Do you.
No.
But again,
no,
do you if you like it?
No.
I mean, I'm sure you could get them on a bargain in 5-6 years.
No, I need a spray bottle. No.
Israel here is
the grill is not good.
Israel Perez, just here judging a car I can't afford. Check. I mean, let me put it to you this way. The next M2 versus Nissan Z, kind of an interesting comparison.
That's actually very interesting, too. Yeah, it depends on horsepower and weight, because I think the Z is considerably heavier.
Right.
Because the M2's pretty small.
M2 is pretty small. The BMW 3 Series and stuff are pretty heavy. The outgoing M2 is not that svelte, if you will. Aaron asks, Are they still going with the design of the two, I guess, sort of dog nostril looking grills between the headlights and then a bigger open area down the bottom? Who in the hell? That's a question for BMW. I have no idea.
Dog nostril looking grills between the headlights and then a bigger open area down the bottom. Yes is the answer. So The dog nostril grills I think that you're talking about are the traditional kidney bean grills, which are like the two basically wide grills. The M3 and M4 now have just giant beaver buck teeth kind of grills. They're enormous and they stretch from almost the hood line all the way down to the base of the bumper. This one, however, has a much less grill pronounced front end. It has two big nostrils on the underside of the bumper underneath the headlights for air, I would imagine. The center bottom, it looks open for better air flow. That's blacked out. And then you have your two traditional sort of BMW grills with the body line down the middle between the two headlights and the BMW badge right above that. So yes, it does have a traditionally BMW look. It's a lot less pronounced than the very beavery buck teeth kind of looking grill that we have in the M3 M4 right now, for sure.
This definitely is
And
giving
Doug's
off
response to that,
E90
I think the
vibes.
M3 M4 grill looks retro circa 1930s, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, kinda, but that doesn't make it look good.
Right, but it looked good on cars from the 30s,
Yes, yes,
1930s, not
yeah, yes,
2030 or 2020s, but
yes.
almost 2030.
Yep. And if you look at a lot of old cars like that, they have a big giant square as the front of their basically like cars because that's where the engine went, like right in this giant
Hmm.
center section. Volvo did it, Cord did it, BMW, and a ton of American cars.
All of them.
Packard, yeah,
Cadillac,
basically
Model
all of them
T,
had that.
like to
Yeah,
go on and on and on and on and
everything.
on. Back in the day, cars were coach built, and that was just
Right.
kind of the theory behind the design was no, like, why am I going to make fenders? I don't need fenders, or I don't need a whole
Yep.
thing encompassing them and things of that nature. I will wrap it up. If that rear end is just a smokescreen, the front end's not bad. The front end's so much better than a lot of
Brand's
other
okay.
BMWs. It could use some
Yep.
cleaning up. The hood bulge is nice. Hood bulge is always for the win. But I think
Yeah, and
again in
cars with a hood bulge like it.
the rear end and just the amount of quarter panel you can see, especially in this picture right here. There's just a lot of quarter panel, which I know is an M2 trait, which is why I'm not harping on it too much. Look, the M2 is the best M car out there as a driver level car. The M2 is that's just it. The M3 has gotten big and bulky. The M5 is an Autobahn missile. They're phenomenal. Don't get me
Oh
wrong,
yeah.
but these have that butter zone of horsepower. They're made for back roads. So I'm really hoping they don't screw the design up, is kind of where I'm getting at.
Yeah, I agree. So hopefully the back end doesn't look like this. Hopefully the front end does look like this, and we find a happy middle ground. Otherwise, the old M2 is going to go up in value because it looks drastically better than either of these ends what that we're looking at right now.